This question is, how do y'all feel, or do you feel that being on a list to get a license is maybe a slippery slope? It's coming toward a, we know that registration of firearms always leads to confiscation. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't support licensing, obviously, so I don't support any list. I think we got enough laws on the books. You can't rob, rape, steal, kill anybody. So I think those laws are enough, and the only one that's obeying these laws is us. We're the only ones doing it. So I just don't see any reason for it. Yes, sir.
I believe that it's very important to have a license. The way our insurance and liability laws are right now. Because if you try to get insurance protection for the event where you are engaged in a self-protection event with your firearm, you cannot get that with Texas Law Shield or with the SCCA. You have to have a license to be able to get that insurance protection. And if you are engaged in a situation where you have to use that firearm to protect yourself and you hurt or kill someone, the expense of that can absolutely bankrupt the person. So I feel like the way we're set up right now, that the license is a very important thing. Also, it relaxes the law enforcement. If you're stopped by a law enforcement officer and he knows immediately that you are a licensed person, he relaxes. I mean, I've had 3 or 4 situations where I just got warnings because of my CHL. So I think that's something that is important to consider.
Regarding the types of insurance you get not having a CHL, I currently do not have a CHL or refuse to get one on principle, and I have Texas Law Shield. I've got the same exact coverage whether as a CHL person would have. So there's no issues there. And as far as an officer stopping you and feeling at ease that you're a CHLer, if he stops me, he doesn't have to know I have a firearm, period. It's not my job to inform him whether or not I have a firearm. I mean, it's your privacy. And whether he knows it or not, he's at no more risk of being injured or anything like that with my firearm, whether he knows or not. So I like to keep my privacy and just not tell him at all.
Moment of personal privilege here to piggyback on that. One of the things that I've been curious about, and I'm going to be honest with you, a little afraid of, I've had a CHL for over 10 years. What are y'all's thoughts on if say you go to license open carry, guy that has CHL's open carry, and cop comes up, let me see your ID. You say, sorry, bud, and he says, now you're interfering with duties of a public official. I mean, we know that failure ID has they've already gone around that law. They don't even, it's kind of like cops used to say, stop resisting when they beat you up. Now they say, don't go for my gun. They just change as they go. But what are y'all's thoughts on that?
You can use it as profiling, yes. And I know there's been cases in Texas alone, not specifically open carrying on public streets, but people open carrying on their property. That they've ruled that just the sight of a firearm is not suspicion of a crime. So I know that there's been several licensed open carry bills filed, and I know that there was 1 or 2 bills that had it were specifically written into the law that it was not suspicion of a crime. But the one that has attraction now does not have that verbiage. So I'm hoping that it gets amended, that we don't have these issues, and we'll work towards making sure that that's one of the suggestions. Because we certainly don't want to see that happen either, but it may. At Lone Star Gun Rights, we support campus carry, but we have kind of a different theory on it. We think that if any college is taking any tax money whatsoever, that the laws that apply on public property should apply to the colleges as well. Absolutely. If you're taking our money, the laws that apply on public should apply there as well. And as far as private colleges and stuff like that, let them assume whatever it is they want to do. Let them have a vote on it. Their board, stuff like that, and let them decide. But as far as we support the campus carry, obviously our goal is to eventually have it unlicensed, but we'll continue to fight for that one as well. But like I say, any of the laws that apply in the public right away should also apply there as well. So.